Hello and a very warm welcome to all of you. I'm Neha Bharadwaj-Alter and this is Game On, where you get the latest, the top news from the world of sports. Now on to this big story. The Board of Control for Cricket in India has finally broken its long silence over Indian cricket team's jersey for the Champions Trophy 2025. After reports claimed that the side won't use the logo of Pakistan, the designated host, on its jersey, BCCI are now saying they will follow ICC's guidelines. Generally, the norm is that the official logo of any ICC event will have the host country's name. The Champions Trophy 2025 was scheduled to be held in Pakistan singularly, but after India's refusal to travel to the country, Rohit Sharma and his team, their matches were shifted to Dubai. Now, the BCCI secretary's latest remarks dismissed the rumours that India had filed an objection to this official logo since the team will not be travelling to Pakistan for the Champions Trophy. Pakistan is the designated host of the tournament, while India will be playing their group stage matches in Dubai. So, what happened? Media reports suggested that BCCI isn't keen to have Pakistan written on the team kit as part of the host nation regulation. In fact, the jerseys that you can see, there are pictures of jerseys of the World Cup, where Pakistan, in fact, was seen wearing India when they came here for the ODI World Cup in 2023. But this is what has been going on. There were rumors about it. However, the ICC reportedly asked the Indian board that the Indian team is obligated to have Pakistan written on the kit, as the nation is the original host of the tournament. Now, BCCI Secretary Devajit Saikia, he has rejected speculation that the board had objected to host Pakistan's name on the official jersey for the side. The Indian cricket team will adhere to the dress code set by the International Cricket Council during the upcoming Champions Trophy. The top official has said this. The Champions Trophy will be held from 19th of February, and India will play, of course, their matches in Dubai after they refuse to travel to Pakistan. Now, this is what BCCI Secretary has said, and I quote, that BCCI will follow every uniform-related ICC rule during Champions Trophy. Whatever the other teams will do regarding the logo and dress code, we are going to follow in true letter and spirit. The last few months have been quite tense between the BCCI and the PCB, especially after the Indian board refused to send its team to Pakistan for the tournament. In the end, a compromise was reached over the matter. The BCCI might also have to pay a huge fee for it in the near future when India will host a couple of ICC events. But for now, India will have that logo. The Apex board also reportedly said that strict action could be taken against the Indian team if the Champions Trophy logo with the name of the host country isn't found on the player's kit. But I think all of that has been put to rest by the BCCI secretary, saying they are going to follow ICC's guidelines. So there you have it. All those rumours have been put to rest. Now, let's move on to football. And Liverpool became the first team to confirm a place in the pre-quarterfinals of the new Champions League with a 2-1 win over Lille late last night. Harvey Elliott's bouncing, deflected shot gave Liverpool their 7th win from 7 games just after 10 men. Lille had equalised following Mohamed Salah's opening goal. Liverpool needed a point at Anfield to be sure of reaching the round of 16 as one of the top 8 teams in the league stage, skipping the playoff rounds for teams ranked 9th to 24th. Now, Salah raced through in the 34th minute to sweep Liverpool ahead with his 22nd goal in all competitions this season. And when Lille's Issa Mendy was sent off just before the hour mark, Liverpool looked certain to extend its 100% record in the league phase. But Anfield was stunned when Canada striker Jonathan David converted from close range to level the score in the 62nd second. Okay, now it didn't take too long for Liverpool to regain the lead through Elliott's deflected effort 5 minutes later. And this is what he said: all my life, I've dreamed of playing Champions League football, not only for my boyhood club, but to play here at Anfield in front of our fans, and especially to score. It's kind of a pinch me moment. So this is what Harvey Elliott had to say. Moving on to the other match, Atletico Madrid manager Diego Simeone set their 2-1 comeback with a win over Bayer Leverkusen would live long in the memory as he praised his side's bravery after they played more than an hour with 10 men in a thrilling Champions League clash last night. In fact, I would say that by far was the best match of the night. Atletico midfielder Pablo Barrios was shown a straight red card for a reckless studs-up tackle from behind Jeremy Frimpong in the 24th minute. Leverkusen then went ahead through Piero Hincapié's first half header before the hosts recovered thanks to Julian Alvarez's brace to beat the Germans, who also ended with 10 men with Hincapié later sent off. Atletico's victory, 16th in their last 17 games in all competitions, lifted Simeone's side to third in the table on 15 points, 3 behind Barcelona and 6 off leaders Liverpool, with both of those teams having qualified for the last 16. Leverkusen, whose 11-game winning streak ended last night, are also currently amongst the direct qualifying spots in 6th position with 13 points. Simeone heaped praise on striker Alvarez, who he said was everything they needed him to be when Atletico signed the Argentinian in the close season in a deal worth 75 million euros. Now, Bayer Leverkusen manager Xabi Alonso, meanwhile, he lamented his side's failure to hold on to a first-half lead against a 10-man Atleti.
Going 1-1 hurt us too much because we were with an extra man. They also took a breath of fresh air and their emotional momentum changed a little, and as did ours. We didn't know how to recover good feelings from that moment on, tactical or footballing ones. I think that left us a bit hurt, and we didn't know how to recover our stability in the game, and Atletico got a bit of air, then the game opened up a bit. Atletico took it a little bit towards what they wanted. We didn't know how to control it as we had been going until then, and then the sending off of Piero, anything could happen and it was a blow. The final defeat in the last minutes because we didn't come here with this idea in mind.
Rafinha scored deep into stoppage time to hand Barcelona an absolutely dramatic 5-4 comeback win at Benfica and a place in the last 16 of the Champions League last night after a hat-trick from Vangelis Pavlidis gave the hosts a 2-goal half-time lead. Greek striker Pavlidis, he opened the scoring just after 2 minutes with a tap-in before Robert Lewandowski. He equalized from the spot as VAR awarded Barca a penalty for a Thomas Araujo foul on Alejandro Balde in the 11th minute. Pavlidis, he restored Benfica's lead, capitalizing on a poor run-out by goalkeeper Wojciech Szczesny, who left the forward with an open goal. The 26-year-old bagged his third with a penalty after Szczesny fouled Kerem Akurtoglu on the half-hour mark. A blunder by Benfica keeper Anatoly Trubin also proved costly as he cleared the ball straight into Rafinha's head and into the net for a bizarre goal as the visitors pulled one back in the 64th minute to make it 3-2. Barcelona's defensive misfortune continued, however, and Benfica extended their lead again 4 minutes later thanks to an own goal from Ronald Araujo before Lewandowski scored his second with another clinical penalty in the 78th. There was so much drama and there was action in that match, and with that bizarre goal, it was incredible. Substitute Eric Garcia then equalized with a lowering header from a fine Pedri cross 3 minutes from time before Rafinha found the winner 6 minutes into stoppage time from a quick counter-attack that stunned the home crowd.
It was a crazy game. So I think Benfica did really well the first half, especially the first half, but we also make a lot of mistakes. We didn't defend very good, and yeah, of course the result in the first half was 3-1 against us. And in the halftime we said, okay, we want to change something. We need better positioning, and also we said, okay, we want to come back. I was very happy with 1 point, but at the end with the 3, it's of course it's much better, and it was great. It was great with this finish, and at the end you have to also to see that we invest a lot of in the second half, especially in the second half, and of course was also we had great more chances then, and we deserved it.
And moving on to Saudi League, Cristiano Ronaldo scored twice as Al Nassr claimed a 3-1 win away to Al Khalees in the Pro League on Tuesday in Dammam. Ronaldo opened the scoring in the 65th minute before the hosts, who were reduced to 10 men in the first half when Said Al Hamsal was sent off, drew level through Konstantinos Fortuni's penalty in the 80th minute. Al Nassr retook the lead just a minute later through a Sultan Al Ghanam strike before Ronaldo tapped in late on to seal another victory for them. Al Nassr climbed to third in the Saudi Premier League table with 32 points, 8 behind leaders Al Hilal and Al Ittihad, with the former hosting Al Wahda in the late Tuesday kickoff. Cristiano Ronaldo will be turning 40 soon, but his age never is the defining factor in his performance. The dedication, hard work and fitness remains an unbeatable force, establishing himself as the greatest footballer, or one of the greatest footballer that many would argue of all time. He added his 12th and 13th goal of the current league campaign, bringing him at the same level with Alexander Mitrovic. He is now the top contender in the Golden Boot race. In just 23 appearances this season, Ronaldo has 18 goals, which is a great reflection, really, of his stellar form. In the last season itself, Ronaldo scored 50 goals in all the competitions held. This includes 35 in the league. Even though Ronaldo remains the top performer, he is chasing the Saudi Pro League title still.
Otavio, the tee up and the shot into the corner.
Now, with that bit of action, let's take a look at the previews. The matches that are coming up in Champions League. Manchester City manager Pep Guardiola remains hopeful that his side's November and December slump is truly a thing of the past. Speaking in Paris on the eve of his side's Champions League group stage match away to PSG, the City boss said that they had done it in regaining some of their stellar form. Injuries to key players saw the four-time reigning Premier League champions go on a 7-game winless run before a lone victory over Nottingham Forest followed another winless streak of 5 matches. Since then, though, they have won 4 and have drawn 1. Norwegian striker Haaland, meanwhile, expressed his full confidence in the club and reiterated his happiness after signing a new 10-year contract last Friday. Haaland said that he did not take into account the hearing into City's alleged breaches of Premier League regulations before signing. The club are expected to find out the verdict this year following alleged violations of the league's financial rules, which could lead to huge fines, point deductions, and being stripped of their title or even being demoted.
No, I haven't thought of that or anything. I'm confident that the club know what they're doing, and yeah, in the end, I really don't think I should speak too much about this because I've been there for 2.5 years. So yeah, in the end, I'm confident that the club knows what they're doing.
Guardiola Feyenoord manager Luis Enrique have played together at Barcelona and with Spain, and when Guardiola was Barca manager, the current PSG coach was in charge of the Barcelona B team, and the meeting in Paris comes at a difficult time for the two friends. Both managers have struggled in the Champions League this season, with PSG on 7 points and 25th in the standings, 1 place outside the knockout phase playoff zone, while City are 1 point ahead in 22nd. PSG have suffered losses away to Arsenal and Bayern Munich this season, but the coach sees the draw against PSV Eindhoven and defeat by Atletico Madrid, both of which came at home, as the games which have really cost them. On the eve of the crucial match, Enrique told the reporters, and I quote, "It was a special match, not only because of its importance for both teams, but also because I see a friend with whom I've shared many years as a player, also as a coach, when we coincided at a Barca." Real Madrid's Kylian Mbappe. He has been in inspired form with 4 goals in their last 3 games, and he said on Tuesday that it took him longer than expected to play like his old self after moving from Paris Saint-Germain as he adjusted to a new team. Now, Mbappe added that the most difficult challenge since arriving at the Bernabeu in the close season was overthinking and not focusing his efforts in the right direction. The 26-year-old said Real's 2-1 La Liga defeat at Athletic Bilbao in early December, when the forward missed his second penalty in the week, was the turning point. Having scored only 3 times in Real's 12 matches in all competitions up to and including the Bilbao game, Mbappe has since found his shooting boots and has now got 12 La Liga goals to stand second in the scoring charts and 17 overall. All right, on to tennis and history chasing. Novak Djokovic turned back the clock at the Australian Open for a vintage display that sent his young rival Carlos Alcaraz spinning out of the Grand Slam, and the 37-year-old Serb into his 50th major semi-final on Tuesday. How about that? Djokovic, who's eyeing a record 25th Grand Slam title and 11th at his happiest hunting ground, delighted fans with a 4-6, 6-4, 6-3, 6-4 victory over the 21-year-old French Open and Wimbledon champion Alcaraz to end his ambitious career Grand Slam bid. In the latest chapter of a generational rivalry that has played out on the biggest stages, including last year's Paris Olympics gold medal matchup, it was the 37-year-old Djokovic who maintained his hard-court dominance over Alcaraz. Defeat was a blow for the 21-year-old. As a French Open and Wimbledon champions bid to become the youngest to complete a Grand Slam, that went up in flames, and he was left to digest his third loss to Djokovic on this surface. Well, when it comes to Novak Djokovic, no one should be talking about age. He is absolutely defying that whole thing about, oh, you get old, you're not being able to play as well. He's still a champion, and we can see that in the way he played against Carlos Alcaraz. That's it then on Game On. Hope you enjoyed it. Goodbye. Thanks for watching.